Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me on today's spooktacular tutorial on how to make these fabulous little ghosts. So for this tutorial I have chosen to use James Brett 100% pure cotton, but of course you can use any yarn that you have to hand, so it could be a double knit, and you can just adjust your crochet hook accordingly to your yarn. So for this project I am going to be using my 3.5mm crochet hook, and I also have a darning needle, and I have 2 little beads for the eyes, but again of course you can use your yarn or some embroidery thread for your eyes if you don't have beads to hand, and I have a pair of sharp scissors. Okay, so today's project is worked in US terminology, and I shall go quite slowly for those that are new to crochet, so we will have the opportunity to make a lovely ghost. So let's begin with a chain 7. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So chain 7 to begin, and in the very first stitch we're going to place 2 half double crochet. So yarn over, hook through the top loop, pull the yarn through. We have 3 loops on our hook now. 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now working in this very same stitch, we're going to place another half double crochet. So yarn over, hook through, pull the yarn through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, so we're going to continue working in half double crochet, and this time we're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1 and another one into the next stitch, and again into the next stitch, and again 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so you now have something looking like this where we've worked down one side of the chain. In the very last stitch here now, you're going to place 5 half double crochet. So just take your time because it can be quite tricky because you've got to work 5 stitches into that same stitch now, the very last stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so you'll now see that the body's starting to take shape, and we've worked down this side. The 5 half double crochet has given us this slight turn on our work here, ready to start working along this side of our chain back up to the top now. Okay, so in the next stitch we're going to place 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch 1 half double crochet. Now in the very last stitch here we're going to place 3 half double crochet. So 1, 2 and the very last one, 3. Just get myself some more yarn here. So that's the end of round 1, so you should have something looking very similar to this now. And to finish the round we are just going to pop a slip stitch into the top of that very first stitch to join. Now to begin the next round we are going to chain 1, and we are going to pop 2 half double crochet into that very same stitch that we've just slip stitched into. So 1 and another one into that same stitch, 2. Okay, and now into our next stitch we're going to place another 2 half double crochet, 1 and 2. Now working down this side here now, we're going to place 1 half double crochet into the next 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, just get some more yarn, 4 and 5. And now working down the bottom of the body here, in the next 4 stitches we're going to place 2 half double crochets in each of those stitches. Okay, so in the first stitch 2 half double crochet, in the next stitch along 2 half double crochet. Some more yarn there. And in the next stitch 2 half double crochet, and in the next stitch 2 half double crochet. Okay, now working back up this side of the body now, we're going to place 1 half double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, and now in the last 2 stitches here we're going to place 2 half double crochet in each of those stitches. So 1 and 2, and also in this very last stitch 2 half double crochet, 1 and 2. So our ghost is now looking something like this, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first stitch to join. Okay, so to begin the next round now, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to slip stitch into that very same stitch. And working round now into the next 5 stitches, we're going to place a slip stitch in each of those stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now we're going to begin to make the arm of our ghost here. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Into the very first stitch we are going to place a slip stitch. This can be quite tricky, so just take your time. 1 slip stitch there. Into the next stitch we're going to place a single crochet, and into the next stitch along we're going to place a half double crochet. There we go. Okay, so that is your first arm, and now we're going to attach it to the body and we're going to work 7 slip stitch along the side of this body now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so now we're coming to the bottom of our ghost. In the next stitch we're going to place a single crochet, so hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through, 2 loops on your hook now, yarn over and pull through 2. In the next stitch we're going to place a half double crochet, yarn over, hook through, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now in the next stitch along we're going to place 2 double crochet, so yarn over, hook through the stitch, pull the yarn through. We now have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving us 2 loops on our hook now, yarn over and pull through 2. And we're going to repeat that into the very same stitch, so you will have 2 double crochet into the same stitch. So yarn over, hook through, pull the yarn through. You have 3 loops on your hook now, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops only, leaving you 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we're going to begin to make the tail of our ghost here, this pointy bit. So we're going to now chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and as we did with the arm we are going to place a slip stitch into the first stitch, so just take your time with this part, and then into the next stitch we're going to place a single crochet, and into the next stitch we are going to place a half double crochet. Okay, now where we did our second double crochet here, this post here, we are going to join this part of the tail to the top of the double crochet here. Okay, so not into this stitch, not into where the stitch started, but just a little bit on this post. So choose a point on this post to place a half double crochet. So I like to place mine quite near the top, but not in that stitch. So it's just at the top of that half double crochet. So I hope this makes sense. So you're not actually going back into that stitch, you're just joining it onto the post of that half double crochet. So I hope that's clear, and you've managed to do that okay. So we're not joining into the stitch of the body, we're just joining into a part of that post. Okay, so now coming back round to the body, we're going to miss the next stitch along. So we're not going into this stitch, we're going to miss that one, and we're going to slip stitch into this second stitch here. So missing one stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch. Okay, and that will join the tail onto the body nicely for you. And now we're going to place a slip stitch into the next 4 stitches along. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And now we're ready to make the opposite arm. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now, as we did with the other arm, we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch. Let me do that one again. Slip stitch into the first stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and half double crochet into the last stitch. Okay, and that will give you your other arm. And now we're going to slip stitch into the remaining stitches to bring us back to the top of the ghost. So nice and easy, just slip stitch back to the top. And to finish the round, we are going to place a slip stitch into the top of our very first stitch. So go ahead and place your slip stitch to there. And now we're going to take our scissors and cut our yarn, and we're going to yarn over and pull through to finish. So now we just need to weave the tail ends in of our ghost. So taking our darning needle now, we shall just weave in these ends. Go under a few stitches, and I like to do this a few times just to really secure the tail end. And then just snip that one off, and then just this one to do now. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Do let me know in the comments if you do make a ghost and how you found it. So I hope you found the tutorial easy enough to follow along. You have managed to make yourself some lovely little ghosts. And what are you going to do with your ghosts? Are you going to use them as appliques? Are you going to turn it into a brooch? Perhaps you turn it into bunting. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you plan to do with your spooktacular little ghost. So now we've woven our ends in, we just have the eyes left to do. So let's go ahead now and embroider or sew the beads on for the eyes, whichever you prefer to do. So I've chosen the beads, so I'm just going to take my 2 beads now, and I'm just going to sew them on. So you'll actually, for the placement of the eyes, you'll actually see, if I push that back, you'll see you've naturally got 2 holes here and here for the eyes, and then you've got the mouth. So if you're using beads, you can see the placement very, very easily for the eyes. And also if you're embroidering, it's also very, very easy to see where you would like to embroider. So there we go. I have now sewn the eyes onto my spooktacular ghost. I think these little ghosts are absolutely fantastic, and so many uses from one little ghost. So I really do hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial and you've managed to follow along and make a ghost yourself, or you plan to make a ghost. So if you've enjoyed today's tutorial, please don't forget to hit the like button. It does help me grow my channel and it is very much appreciated. And of course, if you would like to follow along in more tutorials, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will be updated as soon as I release another tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me, and I shall see you in the next tutorial. Bye.